What is up? What is up? What is up, everybody? It is Phil Nagy. It is Kit Nagy. And it is Nagy on Sports. And it is Super Bowl Sim time, our preview of Super Bowl 60. Hard to believe we have made it all the way through our 15th season of Simmed Browns action. Of course, they are not in the postseason and not participating in this game. But should be an entertaining one, and looking forward to being on the sim. And look forward to have Kit Nagy back on the mic. Kit, how we doing?
Doing great.
Oh, look at that weather. Yum.
Yuck. That looks awful.
Sorry,
well, I suppose it could happen.
Right off track.
This is Santa Clara, so in theory that could happen. Not what I'd expect to happen, but
correct.
I suppose weather does weather, even there. So, no, I'm very excited to be back. Sorry for the long hiatus, absence. Life has gotten very, very busy for me, but couldn't miss the Super Bowl. Happened to be available. There was no way I was going to be on this call, as we have an interesting one here with the Patriots and the Seahawks doing some Super Bowl action for us here in Super Bowl LX. Just a very exciting moment. Two teams that I don't think anyone had pegged for this game. This is certainly not the matchup that I think anyone expected to see, but certainly one that is fun, as we're going to get to see Vrabel and McDonald go toe-to-toe and get a chance to look at some young rising stars. Seattle come in on the strength of their defense with some fireworks on offense. Of course, Ohio State's Jackson Smith and Jigba, a big part of that. And then we got a young Drake May-led Patriots team that is a bit of an upstart and certainly taking a whole different culture mindset there in New England under the guide and leadership of Mike Vrabel, another Ohio State product. So go Bucks.
Certainly is. Well, we're excited to have you on. Ball is kicked off. Patriots will have it first. They're going to start with a play-action pass. Now, May roll to the right side. His legs are going to be a factor in the game for sure. And the pressure will force him to throw it away on first down. Yeah, I suppose it could be I haven't seen any forecasts yet, but that would be unfun, I suppose. If Levi Stadium was a downpour. Fire to the right side into the seam and catch. First down of the game, and it's Demario Douglas for the Patriots.
Yep, just settling into that zone window there was Douglas. Nicely done. He found his spot. They looking for that vulnerability and just enough of a pocket and cushion there for him to settle underneath and make a nice catch.
Absolutely. Now May, delayed handoff from Andre Stevenson up the middle. Woo! Takes a shot on the play from Ernest Jones. Holds on to the football, gain of 7.
Wow, that was quite the shot.
That's a big hit. Now into a pistol. Drake May on a 2nd and 3. They'll hand it left. Let's try to stretch it. He'll go back to the middle, and Julian Love will bring him down, but the first down is achieved. Shotgun look here now for Drake May. Just in, season number 2 as the starter. When you can hit on that QB on a rookie deal, you can supplement the rest of the roster with talent, and that is certainly what the Patriots have done. Of course, the Seahawks have done it a slightly different way, taking the veteran retread path with Sam Darnold, and obviously he's played well enough in fact that the Vikings general manager who let him go is fired for it. So there you go. Don't let your QB walk out the door and go be successful somewhere else.
Right. Well, I mean, that is a bit of an indictment, unfortunately for him, as you know, he did have success there in Minnesota and was looking like he could potentially be that guy, like the retread was possible, and the Seahawks gladly took advantage of of that opportunity, and we are here now because of what they were able to do at that most critical of positions in all of sports.
Absolutely knocked away by Leonard Williams, coming right down the A gap there. 2nd and 10 coming up. Hey, Alex, welcome in. Super Bowl, Super Browns, maybe someday. Super Shador, maybe someday. Hope is the best drug that the Browns fans have. Across the middle.
Oh, the hopium.
That's right. Hope is not a strategy, however, it is
No.
what cures us here in Cleveland.
Yeah, well, I gotta say, I was with you, Phil. I was very encouraged by that Todd Monken presser. In particular, I think there's a lot of good. Oh, big pick!
Drake Thomas has it for the Seahawks, and that defense you spoke of at the beginning flexes early.
Yep, there it is. The turnover is going to be pivotal in this one. If he was able to take away that points off of the board, my friends, that is opportunity to score at least a field goal. They're in easy field goal range, and they, ideally want to punch that in, but just beautifully played underneath by Thomas, just reading the eyes and settles underneath it and takes it away for a huge turnover to give Sam Darnold his first shot at this game.
Yeah. Do you want to finish your thoughts on Monken here while the Seahawks start their drive?
So Monken's presser, I was really encouraged by it. I think it is definitely clear that the culture is going to change in some aspects that I think a lot of the fan base was disgruntled by. I think there is something to be said for that even keel nature of Kevin Stefanski, but we weren't seeing the results out of that approach. We certainly have seen elsewhere where the fiery coach that gets his guys playing for him and willing to run through a wall, i.e. the Dan Campbells of the world, have had some real success building football teams. And if we can get a little bit of scheme and innovation going on offense, and perhaps some better position coaches, which it seems like that is a big part of what he's trying to do, is making sure that is done, not just hook my buddy up, but do it right and find the right people he's worked with that he knows are going to do it the right way. And I loved the comment in particular about, when do you expect to have this done? Well, there is no timeline. It is done when it's right.
Good point.
So I was very, very encouraged by it. I felt like that was a great presser. He was to the point. He even took a lot of the expected Cleveland gruff and drama stirring that happens and rejected it appropriately, but still took questions head on and didn't avoid them, which is really what Stefanski was doing the whole time. And I think that in some ways both speaks to the fan base and gives the opportunity for the media to be less riled up that he's not answering their questions.
Indeed. Appreciate that response. Smith and Jigba has a first down at the 50-yard line. Mine was doing a little weird buffering as well, Alex. I hope it cleans itself up. We have the ability to adjust the speed of the internet on the fly here, so hopefully it will just clean itself up here. It's looking a little bit better on my end now, at least.
It is also for me, yeah.
So anyway, appreciate that feedback. But yeah, excited. Obviously, time will tell. I thought it was interesting. If you throw a quick screen to the left side, it's going to be Kenneth Walker, who's really emerged. You can see he's a full superstar now. As a really impact player for them.
He very much is an impact player. The way he hits those holes so cleanly, so quickly, but then gets uphill, downhill running and just makes it look easy as a beautiful hit down the seam to the tight end. That's one of the things to expect. Barner, a big part of this, but the tight ends were working in the NFC Championship, and that was a big part of their success in that game.
Sure was. But yeah, several times he kept mentioning elite players, and when we were chipping, we weren't chipping Jim Schwartz, and that wasn't a Jim Schwartz thing as much as elite players are all that really matters, a.k.a. go get me some elite players on offense, please. Right. That's how I heard those comments, so we'll be curious to see how Barry deploys the arsenal here starting in a month.
Yeah. Well, and he's gonna, that's one of the things that Andrew Barry has been, throughout his entire time in Cleveland, he has been very much a collaborative GM. He doesn't just draft them because he likes them. He drafts them because of need, but more importantly, he drafts them for potential and because of what his coaching staff is telling him they want.
So yeah, we'll be excited to see when they start adding pieces here. All right, quick drag across the middle. We'll get back to the game. Just wanted to hear Kit's initial thoughts about the Todd Monken hire, and again, presser that was just a couple of days ago as A.J. Barner, the former Oregon Duck, staying close to home up here in the Pacific Northwest. He has another first down now. Seahawks driving. This is right about the place where the Patriots turned it over. Let's see if the Seahawks can end the drive with a kick in some capacity.
Oh, Alex, I am quite certain that will absolutely continue. Todd Monken's not the type to sit here and defer and hem and haw and wait to answer questions. He'll go off of what he saw and what he's ready to talk about. He's not one to mince words. We saw that very clearly.
Indeed he is. Nice sack there. Third and very long now. Let's see what they try to do if they just want to settle for 3. Or if they get aggressive, they actually can get a first down at the 2-yard line. Here's Darnold now. Back to pass, blitz coming. They pick it up. Very short throw over the middle to Smith and Jigba. That thing may have lost a yard. In fact, it was such a short throw. And a 4th and very long will mean our first points of the day would belong to Jason Myers, as he'll come in for the kick.
Yep. And getting number 11 going in this game is going to be a big key to victory for the Seahawks. They want him early and often in this game, and that will open the entire field up for everybody else.
Yes. Andrew Berry, if you're listening, draft Ohio State receivers. If Tate's there at 6, you got to do it. I would be happy with any version of Tate or Tyson or Lemon. Those are kind of the top 3. And I think you're going to have to take him at 6. I don't think you can assume that one of them is still going to be there at 24.
Right.
All right, 3-0. First points of the game. Cash that prop bet if you had field goal as the first score of Super Bowl 60. Here comes Travion Henderson, speaking of Buckeyes, juking back to the middle. He'll go for 9.5 yards, nearing a first down. Travion Henderson.
Yep. Or alternatively, to your point there, if you're planning to go OT and get the very best you can get in this draft at 6, then by all means, wait on the wide receiver, but be prepared to trade 24 in order to, take some of those draft assets and package them to move up and get the guy that you need and want.
Absolutely.
That would be the other way to skin that cat.
Stevenson almost takes it to the house. Love saves a touchdown. Nice stretch play to the right side, and Stevenson already with 42 yards here in this first quarter, as they've been solid between the tackles, and of course I say that, and he loses 2 yards. Announcer jinxes read. Well, and none of the Browns' defensive position coaches have gone other places yet, including Jim Schwartz. So
right.
We'll see if there's a resolution there. I think his options, legally speaking, are retirement or he coaches for the Browns. So unless he gets a head coach job, because that would be an upgrade, but there are no head coach jobs right now. So fired over the middle. It's another pick.
Again.
Drake Thomas, his second of the first quarter. And Drake May rewarding Drake Thomas again.
What an incredible game he is putting together already in this Super Bowl is Thomas. He is just playing it with his hair on fire. Look at him settle there, react to the ball and not to the player, recognizing an opportunity, goes up to get it, and comes away with his second. Punishes Drake May for yet another mistake. Just those throws that are just slightly underthrown and into some teeth of the defense has been dangerous for him, and now giving Sam Darnold the opportunity to add to this lead.
We'll see if they can get points off the score. The boot action to the right side, hit immediately upon reception. Rashid Shaheed, of course, came over at the trade deadline from the Saints. Holding is going to bring it back regardless with Gray Zabel there, rookie left guard. Appreciate everybody being on. Phil Nagy, Kit Nagy. Nagy on Sports is the channel. Thanks so much to all of our subscribers. You guys are the best. Only place on YouTube you're going to get Slow Sim sporting events with the live original commentary. Slow Sim is a thing. I don't know, Kit, if you noticed any of my other messaging, but I've been finding out that the term Slow Sim is a thing, and it's what we've been doing for years, and I didn't realize there was a big community of slow simmers out there. So
no, I did not know that.
That's very exciting, and we'll title all of our videos that way. As far as I know, we're still the only people who are doing the original commentary with our slow sims. But there are very much people who, just like us, love to play the game this way and cry about the same things we've been crying about for 5 years of realistic gameplay as George Holani goes for a loss of a couple. Carlton Davis. And now it's 3rd and very long as we flipped quarters here.
Well, I said it before. I said it before, number 11, that's really where you need the ball to go, especially at a down and distance like this.
And they head down that way, and it's tipped away. Good coverage. Christian Gonzalez, step for step. That's going to certainly be a matchup worth watching. And they'll punt this one away on 4th and 18. So credit the New England defense with stepping up there after the sudden change situation.
Yeah, well, unfortunately on that case, that was a Sam Darnold problem. He left it slightly short. JSN had his man beat even in the double coverage. He had him dead to rights down the sideline, and if that ball gets thrown with the anticipation and the power behind it that it needed to drop it in a basket, he's gone for a touchdown.
Jet sweep across to Mario Douglas, 45 to the 50, the 45 to the other side of the field, and he's got lots of yardage after that first down, catching everybody off guard for a big gainer. Ace formation here. Big drop, fired quickly across the middle on a little drag route. Douglas again. He's had several touches early in this one. Perhaps a difference that they thought they could exploit is nothing to Stephon Diggs yet. They'll pitch it left side to Stevenson. Can he get the corner? Breaks one tackle and then will go down at the hands of the linebacker. Sets up a 3rd and 3. And Stevenson won't get it. He will not get it. Jones makes the tackle. Maybe a bad spot.
No, I think the spot was good. Good reaction from Jones, though. And it was that delay, that momentary delay. If he hits that hole aggressively, he's got the first down easily.
And here they go. They're going to go for it. They'll pitch it wide. Going wide is tough, and they'll get the first down and more. Turning the corner is Travion Henderson. Big gainer for the Ohio State rookie. First down in the red zone for the Patriots. And off again as we've had a good mix and match of Stevenson and Henderson. And Stevenson will bully his way. Already over 50 yards here in half number 1. Picks up 8 on that one. 2nd and 2. Bradbury snaps it back. Drake May rolling. Hit as he throws, and it actually drills off the back of his big right tackle on Yewu. It's a big target, and he did not miss. Around 3rd and short. Stevenson nowhere to go, and that Seahawks defense comes up again with the former Cowboy DeMarcus Lawrence shutting the door.
Let's see if they want to roll the dice again here and potentially take the lead if they can get a first down. I mean, they successfully went for it on 4th and 1, and they're going to come out with the offense again and try again. This is a big play here in the early goings of the Super Bowl.
Absolutely it is. They got the I formation. Hooper in as a fullback. Stevenson will get it. 1st and goal. Patriots with under 10 minutes to play when this next play happens.
Yeah, I love that Vrabel aggression. Goes for it, just throws it right at the teeth of the defense and says, stop us.
Yep. Moving into an ace formation. Henry comes across the formation in this double tight end set. Turn around, delayed handoff to Travion Henderson. Breaks one tackle, but does not break the second. Blown up in the backfield that time by the defender. Even though he's not going to get credited with the tackle, Nwosu gets in there first, and then Ernest Jones cleans it up. That is Browns legend, Austin Hooper, Alex. You're right. Exactly right.
Ironically, from the same era that Tom Monken came from.
Hit as he throws. It's wobbly, and it goes out of bounds. Lucky it wasn't intercepted. Now it's a 3rd and goal. They're back to the 11. Same position they were at before. Aggression level unknown just yet. Motion coming from Boutte. Sean Booty. Now back to pass. May throws it left side over the top and incomplete. Diggs couldn't hold on. Takes a shot from Kobe Bryant. And now on a 4th and goal from the 11, we can presumably see the rookie Andres Borregales.
Yeah, that looks like a slippery ball drop to me, and this time they're going to have to kick it from...
Did he block it? Ooh. No, but he roughed the kicker, I think, in the process.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
That's exactly what it is.
You can't do that, especially in that position of the field. Now you're begging them to punch it into the end zone here with a fresh set of downs. Yikes.
1st and goal up at the 5 now. There's a flag on the play here over the middle.
Great play.
Caught by Demario Douglas, I think. And offsides in the defense. So a couple of mental errors. Former first-round pick Devon Witherspoon. And I guess he must not have caught it. They're going to take the penalty, half the distance, and now it's 1st and goal from the 2.5.
I think you take it either way because it's first down from the 2.5 instead of from where it was, right? And second down at roughly the same spot. Even if he drops it, you definitely take it then. But even if he caught it, I think you take it.
2nd and goal. Henderson swarmed in the backfield. Stevenson swarmed in the backfield. And holy moly, they cannot get through this Seahawks defensive line right now.
In fact, the only position I don't think you accept that penalty is scoring the touchdown. If it scores the touchdown, you don't accept. If it's anything less than a touchdown, even if it's on the 1-inch line, you accept it for the extra down.
Okay. There you go. You heard it here first. Back to pass. Quickly left side throw. Holds on. Kayshon Boutte. And the Patriots finally score the touchdown. Feels like they were down here for about 8 plays. And Kayshon Boutte puts it into the end zone, and the Patriots score their first points of the Super Bowl. Right there. Right there. Kick is up now from Borgales, and it goes through 7-3 here. Your a couple former teammates, Kit, are getting inducted into the Upper Arlington Athletic Hall of Fame this year.
Really?
Jesse Klein and Brett Hughes.
Oh, yes. I remember both of them well.
I feel like you blocked for He was the running back, wasn't he, Jesse Klein?
Yeah. Yes, he was. I blocked for him. And Brett Hughes was a good friend of mine. Played linebacker with him, and he was also a fullback. So he and I were in the same position rooms for our entire high school. He was in the same class of 2000 with me. He ended up playing lacrosse instead of football on a professional level. But I think he went to Johns Hopkins for lacrosse, if memory serves. But
it's one of the best places in the world to play lacrosse.
Yeah. He was an incredible. I mean, he was a great football player, but he was an even better lacrosse player. I think that guy was an absolute stud in lacrosse, and not that he was, not that he was shabby in football by any means. He was really, really good. But yeah, he was a good friend of mine in the fullback and the linebacker room together. So we spent a lot of time together.
There you go. Seahawks pick up a short first down there into New England's side of the football field here. 38-yard line to be exact. Just about 5.5 to go. Here's a jet sweep to Jackson Smith and Jiggle, trying to get him involved with some touches. He'll pick up just 3. As Kit mentioned earlier, 11 is their key to success on offense, along with Kenneth Walker.
Well, and the tight ends, too. I think getting the tight ends involved also a big part of this offense.
Corner and Saubert, yep. Turn around, give it to Walker. He'll try to go left. Kalavian Chason coming to New England, resurrecting his career. Kind of a cast-off at Tennessee, played a little bit of Jacksonville. He's found new life here playing for Mike Vrabel. Sacked up the middle. It's Big Kairos Tonga. 4th and long.
Well, clearly Vrabel saw something in Kalavian Chason when he was in Tennessee. Yep. Don't forget he was the head coach there.
Correct.
At the time when Kalavian Chason was there. He may have been a cast-off, but Vrabel obviously saw something in him because here he is in New England. And a vital piece of that defense. He really has been resurgent. I remember when he was drafted, and the expectation was that he was going to come out and kind of blow up the league to a certain degree, and he really never lived up to that. He was kind of the Jadeveon Clowney track for a long time, where he was good and serviceable, but not what he was touted to be coming out of college
LSU,
at LSU. But he came and was starter material, but not much more. Certainly not to that degree of expectation. And so to see him here in a Super Bowl, providing really an anchor to this defense in this Vrabel system, which has been just like the Seahawks got to hear on the back of their defense, so did the Patriots.
Absolutely. 3 minutes to go here, another first down. Patriots have really kind of dominated between the 20s. Only the one touchdown after they banged their head against the wall. They're going to run straight option, pitch it to the right side to Henderson, and it'll be pushed out of bounds at the 43. Little speed option that time from Drake May.
Yeah.
Out of the pistol now here, 2:31 and counting. They'll run the same exact play and the same exact result, which is about a 2-yard gain. This time it was Stevenson in the backfield. Interesting choice.
Yeah, Alex, I played football all the way up to and including college. I went to the Air Force Academy and played on their JV squad there through my freshman year until I got cut because I was too small. They wanted me to be bigger and put on like 40 pounds, I think, and I said having been a wrestler in high school, I knew what taking that weight off was, and I was about, and I had been, I was at graduation weight, and I was like, I can't put on that weight just to take it off to graduate. That's not happening. So they're like, well, you got that, or you can be cut. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to be cut.
I'll take option B.
No, I'll take option B because I am not going to live that life.
Back to drop now. Drake May across the middle. Short gain, tackled by Ernest Jones. The clock runs quickly. No particular hurry here from Grable. On the offensive side of the ball, of course, Josh McDaniels, longtime offensive coordinator with him. And they get a first down up to the 32-yard line.
Oh, Alex, that would be an absolute dream. I would jump at that opportunity. I do love my career as a pilot. I'm a private pilot for FlexJet. And I dearly love it. But man, if the Browns were to call me up tomorrow and say we've got a spot for you as an offensive strategy towel coach. I mean, you carry the towels and give the players some water, and while you're at it, dream up some offensive strategy for us. I'd be all over that. Like. I'd be over that so quickly. I'd be jumping at that opportunity, but I don't think that's likely to happen.
Never say never, kid. Never say never.
I think it's more likely that I somehow get involved with the Browns in a broadcast type role, just only for the fact that I actually have some legitimate experience in that.
That's right, we do. 1,000+ videos, baby.
That's right. We've been doing this for a hot minute. It's fun.
Stevenson up the middle, breaking tackles to the 3, to the 2. And now a timeout called. He gets to the 1-yard line. Bending but not yet breaking. And the rain is really coming down here at Levi's Stadium. It's going to be one wet bunny at halftime. Henderson, nowhere to go. He'll lose yardage. And now neither team calling timeout. Interesting. Both coaches kind of waiting to see which of they're not even going to run a play, or not even going to call timeout, rather. They're going to run a play. So interesting there that McDonald didn't call one. Sack up the middle, and now they will call the time. Maybe? I don't know. The graphics at the bottom keep confusing me. The clock is stopped right now, and now it's running, and now they call timeout. Okay.
Yep. Well, I think that's actually a mistake in this position, in this spot in the game. You let the clock wind down to 3 seconds and then you kick it because you have that play clock to work with, and you don't want to give the Seahawks an opportunity to respond quickly and shift some momentum going into halftime. So those even though it seems like a precious few seconds, with maybe 10 by the time they get the ball back to their offense here. First, the fact that you're giving them a kickoff to potentially return, but then also the fact that now you're going to get a snap with no time off the clock with 14 seconds. That's enough for at least 2 plays.
Well, they got 2 timeouts, and kickers are kicking 60s regularly at this point.
Yep, and even those 3 points, that's a momentum shift. I mean, 6-10 feels very different than 10-3.
Agreed indeed. Sam Darnold, potentially the last play of the half here. Super Bowl 60, our official Nagy on Sports Super Bowl sim. Darnold quickly thrown over the middle, Shaheed, and they will call the final timeout. They're close enough for Darnold to just chuck it to the end zone here.
Yeah, that would be a big change of events if they managed to hit a Hail Mary 10-10 in the half. That's a game changer.
Big throw left side. It's short of the end zone, and it's not caught. Triple zeros, and we head to halftime. New England 10, Seattle 3 here. Our official Nagy on Sports Super Bowl 60 sim. Appreciate you joining us again. Phil Nagy, Kit Nagy on Nagy on Sports. Only place on YouTube that you're going to find these slow sim sporting events with live original commentary. So grateful for all of our subscribers. We picked up about another 6 or so in the last week. If that was you, we're so appreciative of it. Also hit that thumbs up button, as it does help to continue to grow our audience. Just a quick PSA for you out there. Of course, you know that one of our favorite times on the channel is during the off season, when we get to play general manager and often use the help of our faithful fans on our Discord channel to help us figure out certain situations. So as soon as this Super Bowl ends in real life, I will be updating and fixing the Browns roster to the best of my ability, including the draft. The draft class is all loaded. Pretty strictly based on PFF's ratings of guys, which I like to do and make it accurate, and pretty exciting opportunity for the Browns to get better. 10 draft picks, whether they use them all or not, I suppose we'll wait and see, but really an opportunity. They're not going to be totally out of the free agent game. They're probably not going to have any massive splash signings, but they do have money, and they do know how to play gymnastics with the cap, certainly. Since they owe, I don't know, 60+ million to guys who are not even going to be on the team next year, not to mention the Watson cap hits. So
right, but don't forget also that the cap has gone up considerably.
Yep.
It is now north of 300 mil.
Yep, 302
projected for next year. Or actually said, it's not projected.
Yeah, they just announced it like a week ago. Yep.
Yep. So it's that's no small deal. That's a lot. I mean, that's an extra 20 some odd. I mean, mil that you've got available to play with, and if Andrew Berry's good at one thing as a GM, that is certainly his powerhouse. That's his superpower as a GM is the cap gymnastics and making that stuff work. But I will say also, if he can hit on a draft again like he did this last year, especially on offense and build some really elite players around this Todd Monken system that is going to come into town, and with a new culture, and if he can really lean heavily into that and pick up some real studs in this draft, retool the O-line, get the receivers right, lean into Fannin and Quinchon. And then you could really see this team look night and day different on offense, especially if he can. Yeah, it has to. I think it does, but it could really be a highlight of the team rather than the low light of the team. Potentially with the right hires at coaching positions, with the right draft, if you can get those elite players he was talking about, then you could really have something to work with, and maybe really inspire not just hopium, but like legitimate excitement that is based on actual results and doing exactly what Todd was talking about, which is scoring the most points to win.
Indeed. And again, for all of the ragging on Jimmy Haslam that I do, he does have an open and willing checkbook, and that has been a strategic advantage for the Browns, because they're able to convert a lot of cap stuff to signing bonuses, which not all the owners can do, because they do not have the same amount of liquid assets that Jimmy does. So that's the one thing I'll say to his credit. Yes, a big hit on the end.
And I speaking to that, I actually was very, very encouraged, not just by what Todd Monken said, although that was probably the most encouraging, to see what the culture is going to be and what his mindset is and how he's going to approach things. But if he puts his money where his mouth is, in terms of we see the results that he expects to demand of his players, then I think it's going to look very different, as it should. But the most important, the other thing that I was very, very encouraged by was Andrew Berry talking about the process. That really encouraged me, that we went out and got the guy, not just, I know the media wants to say, they settled, that Todd Monken wasn't their guy, that they lost opportunities because guys didn't want to stay in the hunt. No, I don't think any of that narrative is actually true. I think they got their guy. I think Todd Monken is very much what they were looking for in this process, and I think that they're very excited that they have found the guy for the future of their team.
Okay. Well said. Nice punt return there from Rashid Shaheed. Again, big in-season trade pickup from John Schneider's crew coming over from the Saints, and it's been one of the extra pieces that's helped this offense go. Still trailing 10-3, Walker up the middle. As this has been a defensive first, kind of a low-scoring game. I think which many people are prognosticating. I haven't even looked at like what the over-under is, but my guess is that it's not going to be overly high-scoring, and that's what people are predicting as well. Now Walker bullying his way past the 15 to the 10. First down and 10. They're not quite a first and goal just yet.
Yeah, well, as you would expect, again, both of these teams made it to this game on the backs of their defense, so it should not be a high-scoring game. Not that the offenses are bad on either side. They're both good offenses.
Yep.
They have real firework potential with some great players on either side, especially on the Seahawks. I'd say of the two is probably the more dynamic and more explosive. But I will say that as good as those offenses are, because they're good, the defenses are both stellar, and a big Kenneth Walker touchdown here to make this feel like a very different game.
Mm-hmm. Kenneth Walker the third into the end zone. Finally, the Seahawks able to penetrate here. That big defensive line of the Patriots running that patented 3-4 system. And we are a kick away from a tie game with 7:36 to go, third quarter. Again, Phil Nagy, Kit Nagy, Nagy on Sports is the channel. Do appreciate all of our subscribers. Hit that thumbs up button if you don't mind, too. Helps to continue to grow our audience. Vrabe's looking a little gray in his Madden picture here.
Yeah, he is. He's getting on. Still an absolute stud, though.
Yep, sure is. Left side return, big one indeed, and then shoved out of bounds. Actually, I think that's Antonio Gibson who's on IR, so my bad, I didn't check the kick returner.
I mean, Vrabe's is from the
mid-90s Buckeyes, right?
Yeah, he's like the Orlando Pace and Eddie George era, as I recall.
Yeah, absolutely. Finkus, Vrabel, Luke Fickell.
Yeah.
That was that defensive line. Yeah, that's good. Definitely mid-90s John Cooper era.
Yeah.
So
yes,
he's
indeed.
probably not 50 yet, but he's getting pretty close.
Yep.
2nd and 14 now. Play action pass. Drake May will roll. Really haven't seen him use his legs. He will now to the 50, 45 to the 40 to the 35, and that's exactly what people have been talking about. Could be the X factor is his legs. He's been dynamic with the ball in his hands. Maybe a little bit of a hold there to get away with, but he'll take it. Does a nice job of getting away to Condit and then diving forward to not get injured on the play. Actually, injuries are turned off. He can't get injured, but you know what I mean. 10-10. Option keeper again to the 30 now. This time he'll be tackled pretty quickly by Josh Jobe. Gain of 6, though, for the Patriots. So anyway, hopefully I'll be able to get the offseason done in just a couple of days, and maybe by the end of next week we'll be into the Browns' 2026 sim season after our virtual offseason and draft. It takes me a little time because I run every single team just to make sure that one team doesn't go sign all of the best free agents or whatever. But we'll get that done and get that taken care of. We've already jumped into our 2026 Ohio State season sim, and they are loaded in that roster. Play action now, May. Quickly fire to the right side. Just over the head. It would have been a touchdown. He had him open. Incomplete pass looking for Stephon Diggs. Oop. He runs into the defender and flops. No call.
Looked straight out of the soccer playbook.
That's right. Borregales will kick it up and through the uprights. The lead is regained, rather. Andy Borregales. He was the kicker in our virtual offseason last year, if you remember, here on the channel. We know him well. Yeah, the only bad part about that is we usually fall in love with guys who don't end up on our teams. There's a long list of guys from George Pickens to DeMarvin Leal to other guys that we picked up who are awesome for us and then didn't actually end up playing for the Browns.
No.
It's kind of the...
It's kind of like our version of the guys that end up you desperately want your team to draft and and they don't, and then they end up being a stud elsewhere. I remember Nick Bedito is one of those guys for me, where I really wanted the Browns to draft him, and look what he has done in Denver. He's been a real stud for them on that defense. There's a laundry list of those kind of guys, and we've got our own here on the channel for guys that came in and simmed well for us. And not all of them have been real studs in the NFL, but quite a few of them have.
Yep. Indeed. 3rd and 13. They'll go 5 wide now. Darnold against a 4-man rush. Throws it very short across the middle. Caught by Smith and Jigba. He's going to fight his way for the first down. How about that run after catch from JSN and a first down, Seahawks?
Yeah, and that's the recipe. That's what they need to do. Find JSN in a little bit of space. He works with the ball in his hands, beats his defender past the catch for extra yards after the catch. And for the first down, critically. So again, getting the ball into your playmaker's hands, especially number 11.
Here's Walker now, off tackle left side.
And there's the other one. You got to get 9 and 11 going in this game, and you're going to win.
3:30, third quarter here to go. Also during this football offseason, you've seen an occasional NBA sim. As Walker, he might go the distance. 30, and Christian Gonzalez saves the touchdown at the 25. Wow, good run.
Yeah. See how that JSN play opens up the lanes for number 9? You saw it back-to-back plays. The first one had the potential to break, didn't quite, but he hits it in the second one. Beautifully in the sim, and he's going to run it again.
It was actually George Halani, the backup.
Yep.
Nice gain of 8. But you're right, it opened everything up. Darnold into a shotgun, and Kenneth Walker is into the zone now. They'll give it to him. He'll try to go wide to the left to the first down marker, and that's about all he'll get. First down at the 12, so they still will be able to get a first down at that 2-yard line. Seattle driving to tie or take the lead potentially. Double tight ends to the left side. They'll go Walker again, right up the middle, and Robert Spillane will take him to the ground. The former Steeler linebacker now playing in the middle of this Patriot defense. 2nd and 7.
And see now they're tempering this defense with the run to open up those pass lanes, as the pass initially opened up the run lanes, and as they continue to pound this rock, they go right back to it, because they know as they continue to run this and they look to stack boxes, they're going to open up those passing lanes, and number 11 is going to take them deep here, potentially on the very next drive.
Complimentary offense indeed. Now Walker and Halani in the backfield. He'll go in motion. Speaking of Halani. Blitz coming. They pick it up momentarily. Fired across the middle and a touchdown. Haven't called his name all day, but the old venerable Cooper Kupp right across the painted area, and the Seahawks retake the lead as now the scores are coming in back-to-back-to-back drives.
Yeah, what a job number 10 has been doing on this offense. Kind of not the star anymore that he had been, but at the same time, just a veteran presence and just providing a certain moxie to this offense. And he does it here. It looked like they just ran to open up the lanes. And when you're not going to have a double team on this, you're going to have a double team on your star. You've got an awesome opportunity with 10 coming wide open in the end zone for an easy score. So again, good offensive coordinator gameplay here, good game calling and management to open up the lanes and provide a spark for this Seahawks offense to take the lead, 17-13.
Could be a pretty exciting fourth quarter coming in here, just 40 seconds away. Again, Phil Nagy, Kit Nagy, Nagy on Sports is the channel. As I briefly mentioned during this NFL offseason, you've seen a couple of Cavs sims, a couple of Blue Jackets sims, some soccer sims as we prepare for a World Cup year as well. No games with the Olympics. Otherwise, I'd sim some curling or some bobsled or something. It'd be kind of fun.
Wouldn't that be fun? Like the old NES. You could do the old NES.
I'll get the power pad, sure.
Yeah, get the power pad and do what was that? What was it called? It
was just called track and field
or something.
Yeah, it was just called
track and field? Yeah. Yeah, that'd be a win. Just sim some of that.
The 8-bit technology would look so brutal on our 4K TVs. All right,
and yet it would be fun.
And indeed it would. All right, we've reached the end of 3 quarters of play here from Santa Clara, California. Super Bowl 60. It's been raining all day. It's been a defensive struggle. And now, all of a sudden, it is time to see who's going to win the Super Bowl. 15 minutes left here. It's a 3rd and 7. Drake May in a shotgun from his own 29-yard line. Back to pass now. May fires it left side. Over the head. He had a wide-open receiver. It didn't even look like he turned around.
Yeah, that's a bad miss, too. It actually ended up being high also. He's very fortunate there wasn't a defender to take that one away, because an overthrow in that spot on the field is so dangerous, and he gets away with, fortunately, only having to have a punt because, absolutely missed to begin with. I mean, he had a wide open, easy first down, but misses the throw. Receiver's not ready for it. They're not on the same page there. An opportunity missed for both sides, as the New England should have had the first down easily, if not more, and then the Seahawks should have had a turnover because they had just didn't have a defender in the right spot.
Swing it left side. Seahawks now breaking the tackle and getting a first down after being able to stop the Patriots. So touchdown here would really break things open. Patriots defense got to be real careful here on this drive. Walker still in the zone in the backfield. Smith and Jigba out on the left. Turn around, give it to Walker. He'll be blown up this time right at the line of scrimmage. Credit the defense that time. Carlton Davis, the cornerback, getting in there. Former Tampa Bay Buccaneer. I remember him from Auburn. He was the kid who returned like the kick six, right? Am I remembering that correctly? That Alabama-Auburn game. He played for Auburn, and he returned a field goal like 108 yards for a touchdown to win the game. 3rd and 15 now. Patriots have been up to task so far. Let's see if they can get him off the field here. Darnold in a shotgun. Motion coming from Helani. Looks like they're in man coverage as Gibbons goes with him. Now Darnold back to pass. Time in the pocket. He's got some move. He's moving around. Now he'll take off. He sees green grass. 50, 45 in the first down to the 40. Sam Darnold uses his legs in the wet grass. He slides for about 5 yards. But a first down to the 38 from Sam Darnold.
Yeah, and that's a really, really underrated part of his game. Sam Darnold is actually really dangerous with his legs when he gets into some space. He makes smart decisions with the football. He reads the defenders well, and he finds opportunities to escape. And when he does, he hurts teams. I mean, he is one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL of finding and picking his moments. Holding onto the ball to complete passes downfield. Predominantly, that's not why he's known as a running quarterback, because he's not one to take off too early.
Sure.
But he absolutely, when he has that opportunity and senses it, he'll take off, and he does real damage. It's almost like a Josh Allen level of ability to take off and produce with his legs.
Gonna get a holding call here. It's going to be complete to Shaheed. Let's see what the refs say. Overall, there hasn't been over officiated in this game. We always just like to try to let the players play, but they are going to get the right tackle, Abraham Lucas, for this one, and they will back him up. 2nd and 21 coming up here for Darnold. Of course, Kit broadcasting from Seattle. So he says the city is abuzz, as you might imagine. Walking through Costco, lots of Seattle cheering and jeering, I'm sure.
Yeah, very, very excited. A lot of excitement for the Super Bowl here in Seattle, in Costco, as we were shopping for our own Super Bowl party, as the entire extended family, massive Seattle Seahawks fans. So gonna have lots of friends and family over for that, and it's gonna be a big deal here. And very much look forward to it. Wish it could be my Browns, but I'll take the Seahawks as a consolation prize, to be sure.
Sure.
If nothing else, it'll be fun.
Absolutely, got to root for the hometown team. Indeed.
Right.
Patriots are going to back them up. Good on them. 4th and 30. And that's where Dixon will punt this one away from his own 30-yard line or so. And the football is barely going to get the first down. That's how long of a play it was. And here comes Drake May with 10:57 to go. He trails by 4 points. Legends being born, or continuing, rebirthing, I guess, if you're talking about the Patriots. Full of legends of recent memory. In the I formation now. Stretch it to the right side. Stevenson blown up in the backfield. He'll go backwards. That's the rookie linebacker, Knight, getting in to make the tackle. He's played really well this season. Sorry, he was a rookie last year. Texas El Paso product. Tyrese Knight in the backfield. Trips to the left side on a 2nd and 12. Now he'll change the formation. Take a 2-by-1 and head back into a shotgun. Now they'll send motion for Stevenson to the outside. Back to pass. They'll throw by right side. Caught by Stevenson, who's lined up as the receiver, and he picks up about 20 and a first down, Patriots.
Yeah, good play there. Finding Stevenson out of the backfield. Really, really well executed. Again, this offensive game plan for the Patriots has been on point. The problem has been Drake May has been just really inconsistent. Some of these throws have been ill-conceived and have ended up in the hands of the Seahawks.
I believe that's turnovers that they're referring to there. Season ranking number 8 to today. Again, the sim statistics not the same, even though the outcomes of every game were the same, including me playing one of those games to a tie earlier in the year.
Ugh,
so we absolutely recreate reality with the wins and losses.
Where's the auto tie button?
There is not an auto tie button. And it's actually harder than you'd think to control one team and get it to end in a tie.
If you could control both teams, you just force them to punt all game.
Yeah, that's true. No,
then you have that guy go, punt.
The secret was that I put it on like 1 minute quarters. So it was like, whoop, sorry, your drive's over, the quarter's over. Oh, never mind, half's over. So it was funny. It was fun. Funny and fun. 4th and 10. So now the defense is flexing again after there was a lot of scoring in the third quarter. Both defenses now shoring up now that it's winning time, trying to cement their place in history. Hoisting the Lombardi now.
Cleveland Browns.
Just 9:27 away. What's that?
And we're the Cleveland Browns.
Yes, and we're the Cleveland Browns.
I know you are. That stuff's pretty good. I really enjoy his match recaps. Those are
that
enjoyable.
guy. What's that guy's name? He is funny.
Yeah, he's really fun. I don't remember his name either offhand, but it's really good stuff.
Yeah, they are up the middle. Holani with a big run, breaking tackles to the 45-yard line, and here come the Seahawks yet again. With George Holani. I think he played at Boise State, if I remember correctly. I'm not looking at my cheat sheet. George Holani. Again, appreciate everybody
just
being
the way he talks.
Yeah.
Just the way he talks about the Browns makes me wonder if he actually is a Browns fan.
Oh, I'm sure.
I know he covers all of the NFL, but just the way he talks about it, it feels very like a Browns fan to be like, "Hey, we're the Cleveland Browns."
Yep. Indeed. Elijah Arroyo going to get credited for the hold there. 1st and 20. Also, our completely unsolicited and shameless shout out for our guy Zach Jackson for The Athletic, Cleveland Browns beat reporter, and been a recent acquaintance of mine. Zach Jackson and Friends, the name of his podcast. Deep shot left side, not caught. Took a big shot at the end of the play, but I reached out to him about some music, and he graciously let me write some theme songs. So if you ever listen to the Zach Jackson and Friends podcast, the theme songs are written and performed by yours truly. So.
Awesome. I didn't know about that. That's exciting.
No,
that's really cool.
He's fun. And I'm a big CBD guy. All of course, I love Bo, I love Nathan, but because they're employees of the team, they're very glass half full guys.
Yep. Yeah, they are. That's fair.
And I still like them a lot.
As they should be. As they should be.
Sure. And Zach Jackson is much more of a realist about the situation.
But you need some of that too.
And he was the one guy over training camp that's like, oh, we don't have a quarterback. Which I thought was kind of interesting. Anyway, so if you get a chance, check out Zach's stuff. He's funny. He's good. He's very, very blunt about the situation, but is also in wait-and-see mode like the rest of us are. So, but yeah, I've written 2 different theme songs for him, and he puts them in all of his podcasts. It's pretty fun.
Awesome. That's really cool.
17-13 as we get yet another punt. Nobody wants to cement their legacy here at the end of the game. I guess if you're the Seahawks, you don't really care because you're up. Does Drake May have that special Tom Brady moment in him? 2nd and 8 after a 2-yard completion.
I think they do care here. I mean, I don't think resting on a 17-13 lead feels comfortable. There's a big pick here. Again, Drake May with the mistake leads to critical field position for the Seahawks and an opportunity as they take the ball again and a chance to take a big lead. Just like we were talking about, if they can cement this one, this could end it.
3 picks for Drake May. Would not have had that on my bingo card, and that is so tough to overcome. We know how important turnover ratio is in an NFL game, and you can see it staring right at the screen thanks to our crack graphics team there. 3-0 in the turnovers, and if Seattle can put this one in the paint, that might be lights out for the Patriots.
freaking lights out. That play ended before it started.
Mm-hmm. They were in the backfield. That's big Kairos Tonga. He is a large human being. Playing in the middle of that 3-4. Perfect anchor for it. At 6'2",
that was another thing.
335.
Speaking of the conference, speaking of the press conference, that was another thing I was hugely encouraged by, was his response about the defense.
Yeah.
And not just that it's about the players, which it is, and I appreciate that very much so also, but more importantly, the fact that he is going to hire and he is not going to change the defense. He is going to let the defense be the defense. The scheme is going to remain the same. We are going to let them do what we already know they do well, and they're going to be a 4-3 attack defense, just like they were under Schwartz. Regardless of who ends up doing it, doesn't matter. That is the expectation. He wants the players to play fast, and the system will not change, and that's huge. That means everything, because regardless of who the coaching staff is to do that, obviously you want the right people, and he's going to get the right people. But regardless of who the coaching staff is, the players are going to thrive in that. And that is the key. You cannot afford to go to a 3-4. In fact, that's the big... honestly, I think that was one of the biggest mistakes made in the years and years and years of dysfunction with the change of system over and over and over again, with all these coaching changes, is particularly the defense changing between 3-4 and 4-3. And just... kind of player. It's dysfunction. You can't build a roster for one and expect it to translate to the other. You can't do it. And if you go in with a roster built for one and you try to play the other, you will fail. It is proven. It is. I mean, the Browns have proven it. Yes. Personally, over and over again. So it is so vital that we are not going to change the system, and he has dedicated himself to that. He has told the players that, and the players have to be excited to know that they are going to get to do exactly what they've been doing and are going to thrive and continue to be the defense they've been.
Indeed. Under 4 minutes to go here, 2nd and 7. And frankly, that's when, we were interviewing Jesse Minter and Chris Shula and some of these 3-4 guys. I'm like, what are we doing? Why? That would be a terrible decision. Yeah. Because a 3-4 guy, guess what, is going to want to run a 3-4. And even as good as Myles Garrett is, he's not a 3-4 D end, and he's not a 3-4 outside linebacker. He's a positionless, very good athlete.
And you would be putting him in a bad position right out the gate, and that is changing the face of this team. The entire team. It's predicated on Myles Garrett. For the last 3 years has been the defense for sure. It is the cornerstone of that is Myles Garrett playing as a true D end, wide 9, as the guy that is going to get the job done, and that you can move around as a chess piece, and now the offense has to figure out how on earth to play that, because it's a nightmare for offensive coordinators, and Todd Monken talks about it. I mean, he's excited to have that not be the case because somebody else has to deal with it.
Fired over the middle, 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. They trail by 7, and it's the 2-minute warning. Could you ask
George,
for a
good
better
to see
finish?
you.
And yes, welcome in, George. Got Phil and Kit joining you here for this one. All right, here we go. 2 minutes to go. Patriots, despite 3 Drake May interceptions, are a yard away. Stevenson falls forward. They're going to say he's short. Jones got him.
Yeah,
wow, look how close
down.
it is. Whew.
It was very close, but he was definitely down. Good call on the field.
Out of a pistol, they'll do a little pop pass across the middle. Booty, not going to get it. 3rd and goal.
Way too late to decide on that. If he just heads up field immediately, he has the touchdown. Instead, he goes backwards by being indecisive.
Out of the pistol again. It's going to be Stevenson. Touchdown, Patriots! With 59 seconds. I'm not sure I thought he was going to get in, but his momentum and his effort, and Ramondre is into the end zone, and we're a kick away from a tied Super Bowl.
Yeah, what a turn of events here. Patriots really establishing themselves as wanting this win. And boy, it is going to be interesting to finish. But yeah, George, it's great to be back on the call. I've missed this very much. It's exciting to get the chance to be on this Super Bowl call in particular, especially for the fact that I'm currently in Seattle and surrounded by Seattle fans everywhere. Right. So it's a big deal for me, and I've missed this a lot. Just life has been so busy. It's been hard to jump on these sims, but very excited to have this opportunity here and now.
54 seconds. How aggressive does McDonald want to be? Does he want to play it for overtime, or does he want to try to get himself into a Jason Myers game-winning field goal position?
Well, I think you want to get field goal position in particular. I don't think you want to run the risk of giving the Patriots, after all that momentum on offense, the opportunity to have the ball again.
That's true.
If you can get yourself in field goal range and a comfortable kick, that I think is going to be the optimal outcome here.
First play, an RPO tight end swing pass, so that's an interesting choice. And now they're going to call their second timeout. Actually, they're going to go hurry up this time. They did call the first timeout. Now they're not calling the second one. Big 3rd and 1 here. Darnold back to pass. Sam Darnold, he's got room, and he'll throw it over the middle. Incomplete, actually almost picked off. And now a 4th and 1. He should have.
He should have ran it. He had that easy first down. That's a position where, he needs to use his legs, and now they're going to have to punt. It changes the complexion of this game with 30 seconds left for the Patriots and all that momentum. Obviously a coffin corner opportunity here, but, you don't want to give them a chance here. 28 seconds is a lot of time for them to go downfield and potentially win this game with a kick of their own.
Indeed, with all 3 timeouts remaining, Drake May, as bad as his Super Bowl has been at times, did lead the game-tying drive on the previous one. Now they're going to run it with Travion Henderson. He'll try to go to the right, breaking tackles to the 15. Travion slips through to the 20, the 21, to the 22, and they're going to call timeout. They think Andy Borregales needs to get to the 39 to feel comfortable.
Now,
what a 56-yarder.
What a punishing run that was.
Actually, they didn't call timeout. They're going to go right to it. They're just going to go for OT. Well, overtime in the Super Bowl. I guess we wanted more. We're going to get more. They put 15 minutes on the clock, and it is time for some overtime. Has there ever been a Super Bowl overtime? Good question.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe there has been. But this is what you play for here. This is absolutely what.
Last year as a player. 2 years ago.
Yeah,
went to overtime.
Yeah, I was going to say. I thought I remembered one really recently. But yeah, this is what you play for. It's moments like this. This is an opportunity for both teams to come out here and have that Cinderella story, because at this point there is no favorite. There is no dark horse. It's just going to be football. It's going to be at the most critical and highest of levels. It's going to be smash mouth. It's going to be who can win in the trenches. It's going to take every last ounce of effort. And this is why you work so hard for moments like this. It's why you work so hard all year round to have your body, as a finely tuned machine, and this offense and this team humming. And the defense, same thing, in order to win the most critical moments in football, just like these right now.
Indeed. So Chiefs beat the 49ers in 2024 in overtime, and then that now very famous, of course, because of what it turned into, and for people like Kyle Shanahan, the 2017 Super Bowl, where Tom Brady led the Patriots back from the 28-3 deficit at halftime against the Falcons.
Yeah.
Offensively coordinated by Kyle Shanahan in that one.
Yeah, felt like the Falcons had that one completely wrapped up, and out of nowhere, the 49ers went and just went to work. It was impressive.
Now they're going to put it away, 4th and 1. Next score wins the Super Bowl here, friends. That is where we're at right now. 20-20, and the next score wins. Marcus Jones with a fair catch at the 24. So Drake May with a chance to win the Super Bowl. They are far away, feels like about as geographically far away as an NFL franchise can be from where their home stadium is. From Boston to Santa Clara, California. Quick throw to the left side, caught by Diggs. Nearing the first down, will be a couple of yards shy at the 1-yard line. At the middle, Travion to the 35, to the 40. Travion with that little burst. He's got just a little more juice than Stevenson does. They're a good 1-2 punch out of the backfield. Much like we're hoping that Quinshon Judkins and Dylan Sampson can turn into with a slightly more than average offensive line. Not that we were even close to average. We got old and bad in a hurry on that side.
Yep, they sure did. And I'll say that even a mediocre offensive line with what Judkins was doing with as bad as that O-line was, I think will be a very different look in terms of offense and what you can do with it.
Yep. Anderson tries to go wide, won't get, actually loses a yard. Nice tackle by Nick Imanwari, their rookie sensation at the strong safety spot. Now, I formation, 3rd and 2. Turn around, play action now. Mail boot. Lawrence goes with him. Caught it short by the line and tackled by Ernest Jones. And, man, 4th and 1. Does Vrabes want to go for this? He will not. He will punt it away. Next score wins here in a 2020 Super Bowl 60 here at Nagy on Sports. Phil Nagy, Kit Nagy joining you again. Thanks so much to all of our subscribers. You guys are the best. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe, we'd of course very much appreciate that. Also hit that thumbs up button as it continues to help grow the audience here on the Nagy on Sports channel. Milliseconds after the real game ends, I will be efforting a Browns offseason to make us better. We'll get into that virtual offseason and virtual simming of the 2026 Browns season just as quick as we can. I've already made Todd Mock. Actually, all 10 head coaches that have been replaced have been made, and even though some of them are retreads, the game doesn't really let you do that. So it's a brand new, made from scratch John Harbaugh, for instance.
Oh, boy.
And Robert Saleh and all these other guys who've been coaches before. So, and then
how about that storyline? How all of the coaches are opting to go with Monken over Harbaugh.
Oh yeah, the Ravens coaches. I mean, yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah, that has been very interesting to watch happen.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind Tyler Linderbaum coming over with Todd Monken either.
Yeah, no, he's really been, robbing the cupboard bare there.
Well, he took their chief strategy guy, like their go for it or not guy that Harbaugh's been using for years. It's like really just like one of these like savanty, brilliant kinds of coaches. And
Warhop is a big get too.
Yeah, Warhop's a big get.
He was the very first one.
Yep. Yeah, his blocking schemes are legit, and they interviewed Joe Thomas on CBD about him, and he said, it's like, the players are going to know what to do. I promise you that.
Right.
Okay, we'll take it.
And that's critical. That's a critical part of this. That's really what coaching is for.
Alex, I mean, I can. I started the game as the Seahawks, so I would not be able to give us any coach mode until they're back on offense. But it's been entertaining, at least back and forth. So I guess if we get into like a second overtime, maybe I'll start taking over. But also, I like to let them play out as best we can. Now, 3rd and 1. May fired left side. Somebody's done something inappropriate. There's yellow on the ground. It's going to be holding.
Some form of inappropriateness has happened.
Now let's see if they're going to push him back or give him up. They're going to push him back. They're not going to give him the 4th and 1, so Drake May will have another chance. He's got 4 receivers to the right, Hunter Henry to the left. Back to pass. Blitz coming up. They started to, and then it's tipped at the line. Oh! That hung up there for a long time. Thought maybe we were looking at interception number 4.
Yeah, that opportunity. They talk about the tips and overthrows. You got to have them. That one a tip, and those are the kind of turnovers that the defenses are expecting to go their way because you need them.
Indeed, it has. 1st and 10 now. Backed up to their own 17-yard line.
We've seen a few in this game not go to the defense.
That's right.
Most recently, that overthrow from Drake May that ought to have been a big pick for the Seahawks.
I wouldn't mind that either, George. He talks about a walk-off touchdown to Jackson Smith and Jigba. Here's Shaheed on a quick little wide receiver screen, and he's going to go for 2 yards, 3rd and 7. Both teams feels like retrying to figure out the defense and or just trying to be conservative enough to not make a big mistake. Now Darnold carefully will throw it away and avoid the sack, but it's another 4th down and yet another punt coming. So yes, we have had an overtime full of 3-and-outs and punts.
Yeah, I know that I think that second option there you were talking about is what's happening here. They've gone uber conservative on both ends. The play calling is reflecting it. And the defenses, are stepping up, but at the same time, it's been, I wouldn't call it vanilla, but it's been very conservative play call.
May firing left side, caught, big first down, and they're into territory that belongs to the opponent and just a couple of yards away from the proposed field goal range as Hunter Henry really haven't called his name all game. Maybe because every time they've thrown against Drake Thomas, it's been picked off. That time he beat Thomas.
Well, and don't forget, a field goal wins this any point. So now they're virtually knocking on the door. A few more yards, they've got it. They've got the range they need.
Byron Murphy, the Texas defensive tackle, with a sack. And now they're pushed back out of field goal range. This would be 62 from here on a wet, soggy football day. May with an empty backfield. They ring a blitz from the far side. Even more. He fired right side. First down and more. It's Kayshawn Booty to the 20, and now they're definitely in field goal range.
Yes, they are. This game feels like it's just about to be over. In fact, they're not even going to wait. And this will win the game for Super Bowl 60. They're going to try to ice the kicker.
McDonald's going to try to ice him. It's a rookie kicker, Andy Borregales. 37-yarder to win the Super Bowl.
What a position to be in as a rookie kicker.
Snap is back. They come after him. The kick is out. It's going to go in slow motion. It's good! The Patriots win Super Bowl 60 on the right foot of their rookie kicker, and Mike Vrabel resurrecting a team and taking them to the promised land. 15-3 they finished the season with. What a season for the Patriots. Show me the ring, he says. We'll stay here for the whole presentation. He's going to get the Gatorade bath. That's going to be orange Gatorade if you're going to take that prop bet, I guess. Don't bet based on our Sims. I've told you that before. Patriots win the Super Bowl. Kit, what do you got to say about it?
Oh, man, what a game. Defenses came out to play. We saw a bunch of turnovers. It was exciting. They went to overtime in a hard-fought, big-time Super Bowl win for the Patriots in overtime, which ultimately came down to who was going to take the first shot at not being conservative. Turned out to be the Patriots. Patriots take some nice schemed plays downfield, get themselves into easy field goal range, and Borregales, the rookie, with the nerves of steel, wins the Super Bowl for these Patriots. And what a win to come at the hands of someone other than Tom Brady.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. Let's look at some quick stats. Sam Darnold today, 21 of 33 for just 141. A singular touchdown with a long of 26. Kenneth Walker was very good. 20 carries, 121 yards, and a touchdown. George Halani, we talked about him. Hey, it was Boise State. Good memory, Phil. 13 for 55 for him. Sam Darnold had one 22-yard scramble in this one. Receiving, JSN, 6 for 33. He really couldn't get going. But he did open them up on their scoring drives a couple times nicely. 4 for 29 for Rashid Shaheed, 4 for 24 for Walker. A.J. Barner, all three of his catches were in that first half for 33 yards. Cooper Kupp had a single catch for that touchdown. Defensive stats, tons of tackles for the free safety Julian Love. Ernest Jones, the fourth as well, with 16 tackles for him. Sacks today, 1 for Byron Murphy, 1 for Ernest Jones. And again, Drake Thomas, 2 picks for him, and 1 for DeMarcus Lawrence in the end of that game, which allowed it to get to overtime in the first place. For your Super Bowl champions, Drake May, 21 of 37 for 197 and a touchdown and 3 interceptions. Ramondre Stevenson, 28 for 113, a touchdown, 13 for 60 for Trey. 5 carries for 45 yards for Drake May in this one. Kayshawn Booty, 5 for 47, including the game-tying touchdown. 5 for 53 for Demario Douglas, 4 for Stephon Diggs. Hunter Henry, 3 for 35, including that big catch, that 20-yarder that set them up in field goal range. 2 for Trey, 1 for Stevenson in this one. Defensively for them, leading tackler Robert Spillane with 15, 14 for Davis and 12 for Christian Gonzalez. Today they had sacks from Tonga, Marcus Jones, Harold Landry, Clavian Chason, and Christian Ellis. And they did not turn over the Seahawks at all, but it didn't matter. How about going -3 on the turnover ratio and winning the Super Bowl? And that is exactly what they have done here today. Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah, I would call that improbable at best, that Super Bowl won with a -3 turnover ratio, but that is what has happened in this one. Big win to the Patriots. Give them the props that they are due. That was a team effort, and they come out and get the job done. And good for Vrabel coaching them to that kind of success. Love seeing it, and go Bucks.
Go Bucks, indeed. Go Bucks. Guys, we really appreciate you joining us for this one. Again, we will simulate the accurate outcome of the game, regardless of what happens on Sunday night. Enjoy the game wherever you might be watching it. Do appreciate, again, all of our subscribers. You guys are the very best. For Kit out on the left coast, deep in the heart of Seahawks country. For Phil here in Central Ohio, we are Nagy on Sports, guys. Really appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Today we will say, go Patriots. And as always, go Brown.
Brown.